Konnichiwa, and welcome to the 258th podcast of the Rowan Anime Group. My name is Robert Clown, and I'm the sole president of this club. Now, today you may hear a little background noise. I am filming this at the Rockville Public Library, and right inside the Rockville Public Library, I'm in the conference room. There is the children's section of the library. I'm leaving the doors open so the air can circulate properly and nobody gets hot, and that would at least make sure everybody doesn't burn up in this hot day. So if you hear a little background noise, please forgive me. Couldn't be helped. Now, I have watched an animated series called Battle Stripper. Now, this was put out by Central Park Media. It was done quite a few years ago, and the animation is nice, but the story lacks, and I would have to say this is a C type of story. You just see it and that's all about it. The dub is okay, nothing really to write home about. But for the recommended age, I would have to say at least 16 up. There is little parts of nudity in it. It is violent at some parts, but it's a fair anime. Just it's alright to watch. It did its job, but to me, nothing really to get an Oscar out of it, or even a award of any certain type. Now, a long time ago, about 2010, I was at a convention called Ichiban Con 1, and I did my first panel at Ichiban Con at that, because I did several this past year. But the nice little thing about it, there was this young girl who came dressed up on the second day of the convention from an anime that I had mentioned that day, because I was supposed to do a panel called Anything That Was Weird, and I wasn't even scheduled for that panel. I just volunteered and just did a fill-in spot. And she came up dressed up from this particular anime, and I'm going to show you the anime. This is called Robot Carnival. Now, I have talked about this probably previous podcasts, but this is the actual Robot Carnival VHS video casing, and it was shown on the Sci-Fi channel. It's several short stories, and they're done by different artists, just like they did in the Animatrix and Batman Gothic Knight. But I love this movie. It's very well done. It has some very memorable moments, nice page count, and it's really worth watching. And it was played on the Sci-Fi channel back in the early part of the 1990s. Now, recommended age for Robot Carnival, I would say the age of 14 up. Now, here's another 14 up anime that was also shown on the Sci-Fi channel, Izar and Saram. Now, this is done by Central Park Media. I think right now Media Blasters has the rights to it. And Central Park did the first run of it, and then I think Central Park lost the rights and Media Blasters picked it up. But it's a very good OVA. If you've never seen it, you ought to watch it. Now, Saram has been made into 2 live-action movies that I know about, and I have seen the first one on the Sci-Fi channel. I have never seen the second live-action movie, but it's a very good anime. Saram is a biological weapon, and all he does is destroy, and this young lady is going out to try to stop this biological weapon once and for all in the story, sort of seek, locate, destroy story. And the animation is good, and I love the way the music fits. It's very well done. It's very true to the first live action movie. Well, right now on this coming Saturday, I'm going to be meeting up with one of my members. We're going to start working on the display that we're going to have at the Rowan Public Library for the entire month of August. We're going to be putting that together, and we're supposed to meet at 11 o'clock at the main branch of the Rowan Public Library. And then in August, we will have that display up for the entire month of August. And then on August 10th, we are going to be having a J-pop night from 6 to 8 at the main branch of the Rowan Public Library. I had something that was very interesting that happened to me the very first time I ever showed any J-pop in Rowan County. Now, this is back in October 31st of 2010. There was this young girl, and she was in the food court. We were playing this J-pop for our cosplay event, and she was so fascinated by it. So recently I talked with one of my members, Matthew Peter, yeah, excuse me, Matthew Peeler, and asked him, well, why would a 5-year-old be so interested in watching J-pop? She wouldn't understand what they were singing about. And the only two conclusions that we could come up with was that either they liked it because of the visual or they enjoyed it because of the beat. It's something to think about. Well, our next meeting is in front of the Books and Million store. This will be August 20th at 5 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, excuse me, 6:30, and at 7 o'clock. Getting myself tongue-tied today for some reason. We will be going over to Woodley Plains to watch Kanan. And then on August 27th, we will be having a membership drive at the Comic Mon store from 1 to 6. And we're going to have a trivia contest, and I hope you can make it for that. And then September 10th, we're going to be at a Salt Spring Mall Community Day from 11 to 6. And that will be a Saturday. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast today. Please forgive me for all the flubs I made. May you have a very good day. Goodbye.